allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have a word of prayer. Lord, we thank you for this day and for the many blessings of life. Lord, we just enjoy each and every day that you give us. Our Father, we've got many obstacles before us, and we've got many problems, but we know that you're there to help us and guide us through whatever we have to do. Our Father, we pray for this person that's got this idea of upsetting everything with a bomb threat. Just ask that you would turn them around, our Father. And now as we go into this meeting, let's do it with respect and do it for admiration of one another. We gather together tonight to give you thanks for this and guide us and direct us in all we do. In Christ's name we ask it. Amen. Amen. You ready, Randy?
Yes, sir. Denzel Potter. Here. John Brown. Here. Stanley Rigby. Here. Brandon Evans. Here. Anthony Likens. Here. Stanley Franklin.
Here. Sounds as if we have a quorum.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to go to the next item. Next last meeting.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor? John made the motion that we approve the minutes from last meeting. Stanley seconded.
Yes, sir.
All right. Irene, I guess we're ready for your report.
I need approval on two of the and one of them is just a yearly thing for the rescue squad. It's an affiliation agreement. And the other one's the MOU for the medical reserve corps. Okay, like Mr. Hill.
Is this similar to the same one we always had?
Yeah.
Okay.
But actually, it hadn't been signed since before the tornado.
Okay. Do I hear a motion then? that we accept this?
I'll make that motion first.
All right.
Second. That's to approve the order of affiliation.
Yeah. All right. The first one. Yeah.
And then we need to read
That vote.
the artist
Vote.
agreement.
Yeah. All in favor? Excuse me now.
We need to renew the artist agreement.
Next will be the medical reserve corps.
We do the medical reserve corps, then item number 2, Irene.
Yeah.
All right.
Make that motion.
Brandon made the motion, I hear a second.
Second.
John second, all in favor? Okay.
And that's going to be to authorize the judge to sign all the documents.
Okay. And the ER assistance grant. Is that, hear me?
Linda's got a copy of the,
With this, ER Assist is the group that we paid to do our FEMA projects, to take over handling all our FEMA work. We paid them well, was it all tornado? Just for the tornado. We paid them the $10,000 up front to start all the work, and it was not to exceed 20. They didn't exceed the 10, but we have to renew our contract for them to keep working on it. The way that this contract is fixed is it is not to exceed 20,000 again, but they're not asking for the upfront 10,000. What they're going to do is they've got hourly rates that are state approved rates, and they will bill by that. They have some lower rates than what is listed in the agreement that they are currently trying to get approved. But regardless, it will not exceed the 20,000, and the 10,000 that we paid up front for the previous is reimbursed through FEMA. We're getting that money back. We also got an email from them that PW2 4057. It has been through all of the queue in Atlanta, and we have been approved for $1.8 million to come back to Morgan County so far. We still have 4 other PWs that are in process of getting all the approvals, and so we still need them on board to help finish these closeouts and keep this on track to get our money back. They did say that Morgan County is still in a hold, showing until they see that we don't owe them any money, but saying that we're getting back so much that should prove that we're not going to owe anything. So that should be coming back to us fairly soon, hopefully. But I think we need to keep them on board. That was a very good move.
I'll make a motion in the contract.
There's a resolution?
Yeah. There's a resolution all the magistrates and the judge have to sign.
Adopt a resolution and agreement. Denzel made it.
Yeah, Stanley seconded. All in favor?
What was the amount, Lindsay?
$1.8 million.
If that were to come about, well, that'd be worth what money we put into it, but
We got the money we put into it, we will get back from FEMA, so it was worth every bit of it.
I hope that's the way it is, but I don't know. Let's see, are you passing that around for people to sign?
Go ahead and make it. Or after.
Did you grab a copy of budget amendment number 2 by
I need to sign it. Where was that print? See, we don't have Robin with us tonight, do we? But the Youth and Wellness Center,
No, she's not.
she did tell me, there was some question about the electricity that was being used down there, and we was afraid that the meter wasn't correct. They came and changed the meter out, and the new meter they put in showed the same amount as the one previously, so I don't believe there's any problem with it. It showed the greatest usage of the electricity between 4 p.m. in the afternoon and 8 at night. That's when they use the most electricity. So
That place gets used the most.
yeah, that's when, of course, now it's in the heat of the day before 8, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And with the REA people checked it, and they didn't find anything wrong. So we move on down the road, but we'll know that it's all right. Okay, you want to give your hunt report, Lindsay?
Got all big packets for me. On the reconciled financial statement, the general fund has $509,768.08. The road has $671,901.25. The jail has $7,028.35. LGA has $40,571. $141.33. Forestry has $62.91, and Special Projects has $271,121.99. I have a copy of a cash transfer from the general fund to the jail to cover expenses of $10,000. It is reflected in the reconciliation. I went ahead and done it on the books, but I need to get approval on it from everybody, so I do need action on that.
Brandon made the motion. Here, second. Anthony, second.
What was that on, Lindsay?
That was on cash transfer from the general fund to the jail for $10,000. I have included an up-to-date financial statement, the appropriation condition report, and revenue condition report. And I need a motion on approval of my monthly report.
Motion?
Brandon, did you already made the motion?
No, this is on my monthly
Okay, all right,
report.
okay.
Second.
Second, all right. Brandon made it, then second. All in favor? Aye.
And then I need to do the second reading of budget amendment number 1 for $4,035. That was insurance claims on sheriff's vehicle.
I'll make it motion.
Then we made the motion, and here, second. Stanley and Brandon both second. John, all in favor?
That's it, thank you.
All right. Okay, we've got Gary King with us tonight. Gary, glad to have you.
The reason I'm here is I'm Gary King. I'm King Creek Drill, new road fire. We've done several FEMA jobs for y'all. In February this year, the judge asked me to come over, and I came over and I got with the road foreman. I think he come up to his name right.
McClurg.
Yeah. And he and I went and looked at several of these sites there that when FEMA wrote the steel up, they wrote a bunch of it up too short. They wrote a bunch of it up maybe a year earlier than we got to actually get out here and do the work. The judge asked me to go look at all of this, and we went to Sand Lake there. FEMA had wrote a job up for Hinkle, which Hinkle wouldn't do because there weren't enough steel. And I went back and done this job. On around the curve, some years ago, somebody put some steel in, and all of the wood was gone out. It had no cribbing in it. We looked at that, and we like 9 pieces of steel. I haven't enough other words to put these two jobs together. And then on the other side of it, FEMA never even wrote nothing up at it, which is actually the worst spot. There's another one right on up the holler that it wasn't beaded or something other. No, it had too short of steel in it. That was the problem. So we told the judge what we found there, and there's some more of it there too. We told the judge what we found, and we all agreed that we was going to do test holes on that. I believe, didn't we, Judge?
Yeah, that test hole.
Okay. We go do the test holes. There's four or five of them we go do the test holes on. Some that FEMA had wrote up was 18-foot steel, wouldn't even reach down to the rock. Therefore, when we test drilled, we found out that it can take 30s or 35s or 27s. Some of these jobs, if FEMA had them wrote up for 80 foot, a year ago, that would have worked. But a year later, when you get out there to do it, it might be out another 10 foot. So we done the test holes. I called the judge and told him there what I had found, and we was on Steel Branch at that time. And he said, well, he said, we're going to have them fixed. And I said, well, I'm just going to leave my drill sit here tonight, there, and it'll be right here on this job. We'll fix Steel Branch first. And that was the agreement, fix it first. We fixed it all. Now, we've seen our bill in, I think it's, what, 135,000, something like that. And we're learning, in other words, that maybe somebody don't want to pay. Now, the Hinkle job, the reason that it ended up on me was the same as Hot Mix Road out here. They weren't enough steel there, Hinkle wouldn't do it. Hot Mix was the same way. There weren't enough steel there, Hinkle wouldn't do it. So, the judge, I guess, will get close some time or whatever. But now the Hot Mix Road's paid for, it's just out. It's paid for. But the other road there is not paid for. And I think I'd be right on that. We've probably got paperwork on it. What Hinkle Road, or what FEMA wrote up on Upper Sand Lake didn't much more than get through half of it, of the break. And when me and McClure went and looked at it, we came back and told the judge that there's no need of fixing this little bit if we don't fix it all. And the judge agreed with us. So at that time, our work has been done. We'd like to find out if we can get paid.
Did the judge tell you to do that job or that Hinkle bid, or
Excuse me?
did the judge tell you to do that job that Hinkle bid and didn't do?
Yes, sir. He told us to do every one of the jobs that we've got done. And without adding this extra work, I'm sure y'all know a lot about it, of this work. There's not much need of coming in here. If this windows are break all the way through here, there's not much need of coming in here and sticking 10 pieces when it takes 20 to get all the way through here. You're really doing nothing. That's the same way Hinkle looked at it. And if I'd have got it, instead of Hinkle, I wouldn't have done it either, because it looks bad on you, but the general public don't know. All the paperwork has got to be backed up on a full break. So I wouldn't have done it either.
What was the price Hinkle bid on that, do you know?
Whatever it was there, I think I'm sorry, this is Barbara Whitaker here, this is my secretary here. Whatever we bid on the jobs that we've done several of, is what we done this additional work for, dollar-wise. We never raised it up or nothing like that.
Oh, what's your price on the job that Hinkle bid to do?
My price on the job. It's $38,752, which they had allowed Hinkle 700 lineal feet, 20 pieces of 35 to do this job. Well, when you go look at it and walk from one end to the other, it takes 40 pieces to get all the way through that break. And I feel like that that's one of the jobs that actually sit down more from the time FEMA went and looked at it and put a price on it. We got out there with a drill to do it. I mean, you look at it this year and then look at it a year later, it only gets worse, it never gets better.
Yeah. Well, you did the work, and we need to pay you.
Excuse me?
I said, you've done the work, so we need to pay you.
I've
It's a
done
matter-
work, we've only, maybe asked for money once. The judge asked me to come over here and talk to y'all. And this is the second time that he asked me, because I got busy a week or two ago. I don't remember what I was doing, I wasn't here. I got busy.
I think the question was whether it was bid, did we bid it out? Or did you just go ahead? You did the work without getting a bid is what the question is,
That's
right?
the issue with.
That's the issue, it's not a matter of not wanting to pay.
4 of the projects should have been bid, especially Hinkle, nobody had bid it, and that's the problem. Anything over $20,000 by law has to be bid.
Oh, I'm not saying it don't, but I'm saying the judge there said go ahead and do it. And I think he's running close on time on getting some of these jobs done.
What do you say, Miles?
This has been brought to my attention very recently. I don't want to give legal opinion as far as any case that might end up in litigation. You say some things that the judge approved, and I noticed your letter here, I see approved. Have you ever worked with fiscal courts before? Are you aware of the requirement that things are bid and that they're voted on and kind of stuff like that? So you are aware that this was outside the normal scope?
Well, not really, no. I've worked probably 25, 30 different counties. And then you're supposed to have PO numbers in this now. We've probably done a lot of this work here that we haven't had PO numbers for. And as far as the PO number, we got paid for one of those jobs up there with a PO number that the judge had gave us. Now, the PO number that he gave us to do that on went to one job here, a little 9-piece job on Upper San Lee. I thought that all of this, just with one PO number, was going to fall under all of it together, in the county work, which would have been cribbing, that would have been steel driving, well, been 2 steel drive jobs there, and the cribbing. So the cribbing was gone from a previous job, been done 10, 15 years ago.
The fiscal court, they're the ones that vote to pay it. I can't, it's up to them. If they want to pay it or not. What I do know is this is way outside of the normal procedure. You said you've worked with fiscal courts before. This stuff in almost every situation is bid out, and in certainly almost every situation, it's voted on by the fiscal court. There's not one person that has power. I would say that something akin to this would be if you went into the grocery store and you went up to the cashier and you were friends with them, and they said, well, you don't have to pay. Well, the cashier doesn't have the ability, they don't have the authority to give that away.
I understand where you're coming from, sir. All the way. But I also understand where the judge is, where this work done. And that's what we done. We've done the work that he asked us to do. And Mr. McClure was with us at the time we went and looked at the jobs and this man.
I have no doubt that you've done it. It's up to the fiscal court to vote on.
Yeah, I understand that. It's just like the business you're in and the business I'm in. Sometimes we just take everything for granted or whatever, that they'll have a PO number, it's fine or whatever. I've done a bunch of work without PO numbers. And I've done one job right here that he requested to be done. The 9-piece job on Upper San Lee, it got paid for. Same deal.
What was the price on that job?
That was
a little 9-piece job there was, y'all paid $89.70 for
That was the one I emailed you, asking for the approval for that job that day.
the
That
additional
PO
work was
issued.
$10,000 additional from the bid, but the pricing followed the bid pricing, and it was under the 20, so we could go ahead and pay that out. We have 2 parts of this that are additional work on bids that he won, that as long as they are priced based on what he won the bid on, we can pay that out. which would be because I've spoke with the state auditor about that, and it would be that part would be less than $6,000 on that. The biggest issue is the roads that weren't bid or approved by the fiscal court.
Well, is FEMA still gonna pay anything on
No,
that?
we're not,
When they-
we can't turn any of it into FEMA because
There was
if
more work done, and once
if
they do
additional
more
work
work,
is
we lose
done, you
FEMA
have
money.
to stop, get FEMA to come out,
County
reevaluate,
stuff with a bill.
and approve additional, or they automatically throw it out. So there's no way to regain our funds that we've put into this from FEMA at this point. It knocked us completely out of all FEMA refunds.
FEMA has to be called in first before there's more work done, change
They
the
have
scope
to
of the work.
stop.
If
They're
not,
not
you
even
lose all the money.
supposed to start, but if they've started a project and they see something else that they didn't know that was unforeseen, then they're supposed to completely stop all work, bring FEMA in, get it evaluated, and then start back. That's the way that, otherwise they kick you out of all of their
And
reimbursement.
then when he goes to do it, it needs to be looked at again because it's been so long.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Have you got that all in one bill, or have you got it broke down for each job, or?
We got broke down.
That's ridiculous.
But the county gives us all the money.
We just come back bad on all of it. Exactly.
I think the biggest issue is going to be approving where it wasn't bid. You all make that decision and figure out any of it. There was one road that wasn't a FEMA project
Can I get a copy?
at all.
And like the roads you've done that you've already been paid for, you still got the blacktopping to do on them, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Because them actually ain't 100% complete yet until the blacktop is done, because that was part of the bid package.
That's part of the bid package, but that blacktop is bid separate in separate dollars.
But it's still part of the same bid package.
It's part of the same bid package, yes. But if we bid $15,000 to do a job and then they was $400 or $500 with blacktop, you've never been billed for that blacktop yet.
All these jobs that you got is over 20,000, you ain't got no money on them yet, right?
Correct.
These is over 20,000, have you ever got any money on any of these?
This one right here, see Steel Branch right here. We got, here is what the Steel Branch, other words, FEMA was gonna pay.
Yeah.
Here's what the whole bill came out to be.
Oh, it's $30,000 higher than the bid.
Yeah, and I think maybe you asked about the Hinkle job right here. Right here is what FEMA said to do.
Let's get this headache out.
And here's what it took to do in order to fix it back right.
And the bid on this was 19,000.
I'll make a motion.
Bid on that,
The Hinkle job that you didn't do?
that would have been around $19,000. Yeah, you're right. See, the footage, 714. 7 what FEMA said, which would not have fixed the job. 1,400, I mean, you can go look and count them. You'll still see all
Anything that he
the
had the bid on, we can pay out. If he had the original bid, as long as the pricing is based on the original bid for the additional work. It should, you're gonna get brought up because it wasn't approved prior, because the fiscal court didn't approve
Well,
it.
Hinkle would, I guess.
But the ones that are not bid is a different story in itself.
Well, the gentleman did do the work. I mean, it wasn't that he didn't perform what he's supposed to do, you know. I mean, the method may not be like it wrote down in the book, but he did do what he's supposed to do. And it's, the proof is out there to see right now, you know, still. So, I think if we owe the man, we need to pay him, and
I'd be glad to go, I'd be more than glad to take all 4 of you masters up there, or Uplanders or whatever, and show you what we done there.
I mean, it was something that needed to be done, you know, regardless.
Yeah. And as far as going out there, and those jobs, putting 18-foot steel in, you might as well took the money down there and throw it in the river. You have to reach rock. You have to reach rock before these jobs are over.
Oh, I agree with you, they needed it, but there's just procedures and stuff that we have to go through to get there, that way the county don't get stuck with a big bill that FEMA was gonna reimburse us for and we lose everything.
Well, we've already lost that.
They wasn't gonna reimburse you anyway, was they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
They'd already
would've-
been approved by FEMA to pay and all that, before the scope of the work had been changed, additional work had been done, you lose every penny of the FEMA money for that
We
specific
should have
project.
brought FEMA back in to reevaluate and then do the additional work. In order to get
Yes, ma'am,
that
go
money, we
ahead.
could have
How
got
long
the
would that take us
additional.
to do?
We could have got that additional.
Process several times where FEMA has, a person that works in the office goes out and says, 30-foot steel ought to do this. And a lot of times it don't. And you have to have a 35-foot piece of steel. From the experience I've seen, that you ask FEMA for an amendment.
Right, but that has to be done before the work is done. That was their issue, because we contacted.
When you get started on the project, and you see that you're going to do something
Then
different, you have to have their
contact
approval.
them And do these, we have to get the approval before we can continue.
That's not the case that I know about, but
That's what they told us.
they should amend it. If you tell them the 30-foot piece of steel wasn't long enough, they should come back out and
Well,
look at
I think it's more of the fact that the breaks were a lot smaller when it was originally evaluated, and over time, they had continued to grow. So the work, the additional work isn't just 5 foot of extra steel, it's, I mean, that much more of a break. So it doubled and tripled some of these prices on the total job
But if you apply for amendment, they should come back out and look at these. and
before the work is done. They have to approve it before the work is
The
done.
reasons for it to be done.
It was not approved before the work was done. That's the issue with it.
That's just like if you had a spot that's 20 foot long and you had to do 40 foot. Yeah, FEMA will pay for the 20 foot, but if you're going past that, you lose the existing money that you were going to get for the 20 foot to start with. When FEMA would have okayed it and let you do all of it once they approved it.
Reimbursed If they approved it.
If they approved it.
If they approved it.
Stanley, go ahead and do that job that Hinkle bid and wouldn't do, or
But
did you tell him go ahead
I'm
and do
sure
it?
I did, yeah. I mean, whatever needs to be done, do it while he was in there. I mean, like I said, it's probably not the method that it's supposed to be, but job needs done, we got it done.
Let me ask you something else there, Ford. This job at Hinkle, I think maybe told you, Judge, that they would not do it, this job being sand lick up there, because it didn't have enough steel. They also told you that they wouldn't have enough steel on hot mix to do out there. They wouldn't do it. Did FEMA ever make it back down here during that time and the time that I done it?
We had emergency funding to pay for hot mix. It wasn't done through FEMA. It was
No, it was
state,
done through the state.
it was state
Yeah.
emergency funding.
The state works different than federal.
So FEMA was not brought back in at all on that project.
Well, FEMA was on it when it first got hit.
Originally,
Right.
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
Right, and we dropped their FEMA and picked up emergency funding from the state so that we could go ahead and get it fixed
Now, what
because it
about
was
the
an emergency
FEMA on
situation.
Hinkle on hot mix there? Did they come back in there after we learned that Hinkle said there ain't enough steel to do this?
Did Hinkle come back in? What do you, I'm sorry?
Did FEMA come back in?
No, FEMA never came back
Well,
in.
now, how many months was it when we learned that there's not enough steel, and know that there wasn't enough steel? FEMA never did come back here up to the time Cambridge got there to do the work and say, yeah, y'all need to go ahead there and do it. I mean, that's
Right, because
what, a
we-
year's
Right.
time or something.
Right, because they stopped running buses on that road because it was getting so dangerous. And so they just brought it in on emergency. We chose to handle it.
Well, I can say this, the road that we worked on Sand Lake up there where most of this work was performed, I wouldn't let my little girl off the road out of there.
I agree with you, it was bad.
Because when you dropped off the shoulder, you dropped off where the blacktop was broke out. And I know about big trucks, I know about heavy weight and this and that. A bus wouldn't have rolled just one time. It rolled 2 or 3 times before it ever got down that man's bottom. There was no tree to catch it, no nothing else. So you can't drive a school bus out through there when and they was actually having to get in the ditch now to get through there. We had to get our trucks in the ditch to get through there. Which one's easier? Try to pay this bill here for standing that lawsuit there on that, school bus going up that county road. 10 kids hurt. Or worse. And I'll tell you something else. I don't want y'all to shell all this out at one time. I've always told the judge, any way I can help, I'd help. Pay me 25 a month or 30, whatever.
Which one did you approve for him to do?
Back when it was been done, I guess, when he's over there, probably.
Which one?
I said, when he was over in there, in Sand Lake.
I'll make a motion, we go ahead and pay that. One you approved.
Did you want to make a motion for that, baby?
I'll make the motion to approve the one that Judge Franklin told you to go ahead and do. I'll make the motion to pay for the one that Judge Franklin told you to go ahead and do.
Which road was that?
It's on Sand Lake.
All of these here that I just gave you that,
I don't have one.
oh, I'm sorry.
He said it was on, all of them on Sand Lake?
Yeah, it's a total of 135,000.
So it's all on Sand Lake?
No,
Not all of it.
different areas.
A lot of
It
it
was
is.
on Steel Branch, I think, wasn't it?
I just need to, you made a motion, but do you want to,
Miles, what's the consequences if we vote to pay this? What's the consequences? Without going through the bid process?
I'd have to research it.
From my speaking with the auditor, the state auditor, we're gonna get wrote up for it.
I'm not disagreeing with you. You done the work and you deserve to be paid.
I don't know if there's
But
any
just,
legal,
can we legally do it, or the other things we gotta do first to get you your money? Because you done the work, and the work needed to be done. I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
My word is standing, just like you said. I'm not the judge. I don't know the judge's all the rules. I do know that judge sitting right there told me to go do it. I do know that man right there has tried to keep these roads safe for people to drive.
I think we'll let Miles get his opinion on it, because I'm not going to do nothing illegal. I don't care what they do.
No, like I said, the man done the work, the man needs his money, but are there certain ways, are there certain things that we need to do to legally pay his money without getting in trouble?
I agree.
Well, look here. We're not made overnight. You all take a couple weeks. Judge, you call me, tell me what we came up with, or better yet, put it in a letter. And call me. And again, I told every one of you, I didn't want all this money. I'd love to have it one time. I'd love to write me a check, let's go. But I understand how money is. Y'all pay me a little bit every month or something like that, it's paid out. That's all I ask.
the legal obligation.
Well, we can't allow him to have been done first.
Well, we want to get you paid for it. Glad that you did the work for us, Greg.
you know, sure, they can do research. There's how we vote, make a statement.
I have my ideas, but I don't want, like, that's something that should be in closed session, if there is some, maybe, litigation in the future. Not saying that there are, not saying that you won't get paid. I just, the ideas that I have, I don't want to share, with anybody but, you know, the fiscal court at this time. But we'll get back to you definitely and try to figure something out.
Can we set a date to the words that we'll let King Creek know something other than the form of a letter?
That'd be up to the fiscal court. I'm just the hired
We'll meet
hand.
again in 30 days, and we'll get to you between now and the next meeting. That'd be all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 30 days, well, we'll,
Whatever the next day, meeting date is, what day is it?
comes up quicker, just give me a copy.
Okay,
Thank you, Cole.
all right. That's the night.
Wait a minute. Seven.
I got you.
First must come in on Friday, on the 30th.
Comes in on Friday.
Yeah.
It'll be the 14th.
Second on the Be the 14th of September when we meet again.
That's my good birthday, my good week, good news.
So happy birthday then. Yeah, it's, that other gentleman. See, is Eric Brady, are you in the audience?
I think stay up, I don't think that's that way.
Yes.
I may not have enough copies for everyone, so I apologize.
Thank you all for letting me join you tonight. My name is Eric Brady. I'm with Enterprise Fleet Management. I don't intend to take up too much of your time tonight. Do appreciate the extra measures with the safety tonight. My wife's not happy I'm going to be home, but home late, but it's better than not at all, right? So I appreciate the Sheriff's Department doing that. I'm here today because the Water District, Kyle, has identified 2 vehicles that they need to replace this year. And before I get into the details of which vehicles and how this program works, I just kind of wanted to, explain to you guys what we do, who we do it for. Some other counties that are taking advantage of Enterprise Fleet Management's program right now include Boyd County, Harlan, Carter, Garrett, Lincoln, Greene, and a handful of others. What we do for those counties is we help them manage their light-duty vehicles. That's Enterprise's bread and butter. We manage fleets of 20 to a couple hundred vehicles all across the country for private companies and municipalities. So in order for the Water District to be able to take advantage of this program, what I'm requesting is for the county to initiate whatever due diligence process is necessary to become a customer of Enterprise Fleet Management, so the Water District can take advantage of this program with their 2 vehicles. That being said, we would love the opportunity to evaluate the county's fleet. I'm assuming that there are at least 20 vehicles with the Water District, Sheriff's Department, Road Department collectively that we would like to take a look at to see if we can provide some savings for the county. But like I said, every county is different with the process that you have to do as far as bidding and whatnot to be able to enter into an agreement like this. So the way it would work is the county would be the customer of Enterprise Fleet Management. The Water District would be a sub-customer. They would get their own bill for their vehicles, maintenance program, and fuel. So that's what I'm requesting today. Open to answer any questions about the program. What I've included in this packet here is on the last sheet, you will find a financial summary that I put together for Hopkins County. And this is kind of standard for what we do when we come in and evaluate fleets. We show long-term sustainability. So what would the impact be over a 10-year period? How can we help you guys save money on your vehicles over a 10-year period?
Who pays for the repairs? You all pay for the repairs?
So in this scenario, it would be the Water District would pay for repairs. We would help manage the repairs of those vehicles. So we would oversee everything that's done. They would pay what we pay, so they get our buy for parts and labor rates at shops. And the way it would work is they would, we would batch invoices from the shops, and you guys would just pay us on a monthly basis. We would handle everything with the shops. And we would oversee everything that's done to the vehicles. So
Would they be responsible for tires and stuff like that?
yes, sir. In this scenario, we do have an option to provide a maintenance program that includes wearable items like brakes and tires. Kyle has elected to go with more of our pay-as-you-go program, where he's gonna, when he needs an oil change, he'll go get that done, and that's all he's gonna pay for that month, as opposed to spreading out the costs.
Just a water worker is gonna get 2 vehicles, what they're gonna get, or?
Yes, sir. There's a 3/4 ton pickup and a 1 ton with a flatbed, similar to what the city did. So we're handling the city's vehicles at this point too.
Have you already talked to the water board and everything?
Yes, sir.
But all you need us for is just to help saying that you can do it because we got more vehicles. I mean, they're gonna pay the bill, the water board's gonna pay the bill, right?
Yes, sir.
I make a motion to do that. For them, I'm not saying for the county, but for the water.
Water is,
Yeah.
okay. Second? Sam, second, all in favor? Okay. There you go.
Contracts.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, Ms. Vance, you're here to present us with something?
How is everybody? It's not part of the bond trip, but it was helpful, so I don't know. Oh, sorry, Jim.
It's all right.
You want me to give you this?
We might have needed this a little earlier tonight, Michelle.
Yeah, I know.
You can laugh about it right now, but it wasn't very funny then.
No, I was asking,
Right.
the police had went actually. I'm Michelle Vance, I think everybody in here knows me. I've been with Woodman, we was Woodman of the World, we have changed now to Woodman Life, we just shortened the name, we've been in business 127 years. So it's just like MetLife, we just kind of shortened it for people. A lot of people thought Woodman of the World was dealing with woods, and that's not the case. It is insurance and annuities and stuff. And we can offer so much to the families of the workers. So I just brought some information tonight, and kind of the main thing I wanted y'all to see was kind of this page. It's for the employers and the employees. I done a little thing that would be a benefit for you guys and for them to look at. And then I've got several brochures in there and stuff. So if there would be a time that I could meet either with you guys individually or with the county workers, whatever works for you guys, to go in more detail with what all we do offer. We do a retirement plan. I should have got with one of you guys or the judge earlier to see exactly what you all do offer to the county workers before coming in.
You retired?
I did retire from prison on July 31st.
Call this office if you want to come and talk about employees.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, I think we need to, mention it to the workforce and see if they're interested in it. And if so, then we'll get in touch with you and you come in and explain your system to all.
Okay,
That'd be all right?
that would be fine.
Okay,
And my number is in there.
okay.
And you know where my office is, you can set up a time if you want to, and come and talk to the girls if you want to.
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I think it'd be okay, just make the motion, let her go ahead and contact the county, right? They want to meet with her,
We can set up a date like we
Yeah,
did.
Are you making that motion?
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Denzel made it. Anything you say? Yep. All right, that, I hear a second. I mean, everybody in favor?
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we need to, I guess, open the bids or whatever the laptop patching is.
Wednesday morning, can I get a copy of those so I can put them in?
How many did we have for blacktop?
2. Go. There's one for your asphalt.
We only have two that's represented, and there's the Stanford Builders, their paving department, and Hinkle. Stanford has quoted their bid as $92.50 per ton for the materials and labor for asphalt paving. And what is that? Hinkle has broken theirs down as base, binder, and surface. Their base being $67, binder being $67.50, and surface being $68.50.
That's material only.
Brand's here.
That's material only. Then go down below, it'll be the in-place price.
Okay. All right, the base bind is $83.50. The binder's $83.85. And the surface is $85.50. So it would appear from what we've got before us that Hinkle has the low bid on it. That's what you said. So Mr. Thompson, your bid was the lowest. Motion, yeah. Brandon made the motion. Second.
Second, bid a little bit.
John, second, all in favor?
Haven't got any kind of time limit on this, getting this done.
Well, we didn't advertise as such, but I'm sure it needs it.
Any kind of time limit when you can do this inspection.
I guess we don't really know what we're doing.
I wouldn't tell that.
I mean, you don't know what road
I guess
you're
when you
doing.
bid, you don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
So until we get an idea of where we're going, and is this money flex money, or is this money county funds,
I guess it's flex money.
Yeah.
Flex.
then I guess need to get with Lynn B and get prices together, and then y'all submit to the state, then the state agrees on it. So everybody thinks it will take forever to get there, but it's usually the state that's holding the money forever, or the approval process. So let's get worked out when we can do it, and then we'll schedule it.
Hopefully between now and Christmas.
Yeah. We've been pushing, the state's got a bad habit of waiting until mid-October to tell everybody they can do it. And work in several counties, and everybody gets their money in mid-October. It's very difficult to do everybody's work between mid-October and mid-November.
And everybody hollers at once, don't they?
But I guess, do I need to follow up with Lynn B, or?
Or Gary.
Yeah, one of the two.
Yeah, and you've got the list of
Yes.
roads that the guys have chosen that they want patched.
I got that today, yes, today.
Yeah. So just follow up with Gary or Lynn B.
And then we submit back, once we look at it, mile points, tons,
Right,
mileage.
get that back to me.
Okay.
And then I'll get it to the state transportation.
Sounds good.
Okay?
Once we have all the approvals, we can pay that up. We'll get that reimbursement.
Yeah.
To go ahead and get it, yeah, because we'll get that money.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Brad.
To get it done quicker.
Okay, we got some bids for the parking lot up at the library to be sealed. Looks like we've got two representatives in that.
Simply Clean and Warm.
Century Clean?
Simply.
Simply Clean. And that's for sealing.
You didn't bring one in this time.
Last night. Wolf Paving and Sealing Their estimate is $1,500.
That's your estimate or bid?
That's your bid.
Okay.
Bid, excuse me. Simply Clean Pressure Washing, whoever that is. That bid is $922 to seal the library parking lot. Bobby Aikens is this proprietor. $922.
I make a motion, we give it to the cheapest.
Okay. Dennis made it, Stanley's second. Now here's, everybody in favor? Aye. Okay, the next item is the 2018 tax rate to be set. And
Is that for the county tax?
Yeah.
Property tax? I make the motion, we leave it like it is.
motion's been made that we'll leave it as is.
Second.
John seconded.
How many years has it been this thing?
Several.
No, I know since 2003.
All in favor? Aye. Whatever that rate is, will stay the same. Is what it
Is it 6, Randy? 6?
6.0 on real, 6.0 on tangible.
Been that way for a while though, isn't it?
Many.
Okay, well, that's the special rate tax in this.
This, we just need to acknowledge receipt of the special districts. So far, we've received 3. Health Board at 10, Extension 11.725, and Soil is 1.9.
I've contacted the other tax districts and there's an issue with the library, but it's at the state level, and the school board and ambulance is meeting next week. So we should have them all in by the time we get ready to print. Darby's been certified for almost 45 days, so it's getting, the school is concerned that their rate's gonna raise, but it'll just be the same amount of revenue that they got last year compensating, because the assessment on real estate went down $11 million. And I think it's due to lost the car dealership and nothing's went in there yet. And I don't think the new one's turned anything yet, or it's changed from Browns to Ford. So they were a little concerned about that, but they're gonna talk about their board meeting next week, I guess. So we can't do anything about it. You all can't do anything about it. That's what we got so far.
Well, we're just acknowledging that we've got 3 in and more coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Motion to do that.
Yeah.
Need a motion.
All right.
Somebody.
I hear a motion that we do that. Motion, wait. Brandon made it. There, second. Anthony, did you say?
Yeah.
All right, Anthony, second. All in favor? Aye. Okay, the next one is the police, about the garbage truck that we get every year to make the runs between here and Moorhead. And you got some information?
We just need to approve the lease through KCO, like we always do.
So moved. Second.
John made it, Daniel second, all in favor? Aye.
And then the next one is on the Jim Wood. We always take the old truck to Montgomery, Alabama for the auction. It has to be there by September 12th. So we just need approval to take it there.
Motion
You guys
made.
take it.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Anthony made it, Stanley second, all in favor? Aye. We generally do pretty good with those trucks, for the 2 times I've had anything to do with it. They, very little difference from what we give for them and what we give for a new one.
And always get a new truck and then pay upkeep on it.
Yeah.
Don't even have to change the whole one.
So we have to buy a set of tires for it.
That's right.
Mark, is that your phone going off?
Yeah, that's my phone.
Okay, the next place, home place is this room we got leased over in the library building.
Yes, well, we have let them use that. They've used it for many years. This is actually through the University of Kentucky, and there's a small room over there that they have a representative that comes up 3 or 4 days a week, and they work with rural health, and so we've just always let them use the room at no charge. So they've asked us to renew the lease.
I'll make a motion, we renew it.
Okay, Stanley made it, Stanley second, all in favor? Aye. Okay, this next resolution has to do with this Kentucky Mountain Recreation Authority. I understand they need, there's 21 counties involved in that, and they have to have 16 of them okay it, sign on to it before they can go forward with it. And I think they've got 12.
Is this about the trails or just something different, or?
Yeah, about the trail.
I'll put you've got a thought of right there. Yes. A little bit of information on it.
Do you need a motion?
Yeah.
I'll make that motion.
There might be a possibility that the mom people will bring their dogs up here and go through the building, and if they do, we'll have to vacate the building till they get that done.
Let's hurry.
Let's get it over with.
You made the motion.
I
Anthony
made
made the motion.
second.
I'll say. Anthony made it, Brandon seconded, all in favor? Let them have our agreement to do what needs to be done. I think there has to be one person from the county be on that board, I think, I'm not sure. See anywhere?
I didn't see it anywhere, but I'll find out.
I think that's correct.
Okay.
Okay. The railroad fork situation, both of them discussed. And Anthony, you want to say anything about it?
We just had a really bad break, but we've got
Exactly
2 other
right.
places up there that needs attention. That I went up and looked at yesterday, and we'll need some steel.
They're not as,
Oh, no, they're not as
deep
bad
as this one is.
No.
What this is a break in the road up there in the head of Railroad Fork, and it's broke the road in 2, and it's deep. I guess it's
25 feet.
or more, maybe like 40, down to where the pipe is. So it's gonna take a whole lot of excavation and stuff to get that fixed. So I think we'll have to go outside of our equipment won't reach it.
What we need to do, sorry, Steve.
Go ahead. All right.
We need to declare an emergency to get emergency funding.
From the state?
Yes, and that way we don't have to be at the job, we can just
Get it fixed.
Get it
Want to
fixed.
declare an emergency pertaining to damage to railroad forward.
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right. Anthony made it. John second. All in favor? Aye.
Sunshine Lane.
All right, Sunshine Lane.
There's 4 or 5 families that live on that road and they're wanting to put into the county road system. I'll make the motion to adopt it into the road system.
Did we do that once before?
There's just one question about it, Stanley. They tell me the water line's right in the middle of the road. And if
If
so,
the water line gets broke, we'll fix it.
well, that's what we have to get written up, you know, if there's damage done, that you'll release the county from having to have the responsibility of putting it back together. So we need somebody to write that up.
Just one question.
Yeah,
I mean,
go
I wrote up the other kind of stuff, and that was assuming that everybody had signed. Has everybody
Okay,
signed?
you told me that if I got Brandon to sign it and Randolph Powell here to sign it, that you would take care of the lady that lives in North Carolina, Brenda Bishop?
Me?
Yes, you did.
Honey, I don't know the
Honey, I
girl.
promise you, you did.
I can promise you I wouldn't try to get somebody's signature for something.
You told me you told me that you would call her and try to discuss it with her. You said if I got Randolph Powell to come up here and Brandon Black to come up here and sign it, that you would take care of the.
Well, I can't-
All the way down in North Carolina.
Unless everybody agrees to sign it, I mean, unless everybody agrees, we have to go through eminent domain. You have to have studies done, you have to pay everybody for the fair market value.
Whatever we need to do, because this is getting ridiculous.
With so much rain we've had, our road is just breaking off.
I'm just a hired hand, I do
Well, we
with the
just
fiscal
live there.
court.
We just live there. and-
Has everybody agreed for it to be a county road?
Yes. Everybody that lives on that road.
Everybody that lives on the road signed it.
The lady that he's waiting to sign, she's an elderly woman. She lives in another state. Yes, she is.
If we get all the information we need.
Does she own land there?
Yeah, but it's right next to the blacktop that already runs up blades. Okay, don't the state own so much anyway?
I don't know the specific area you're talking about, I'm just saying, when it was brought to my attention, I was told that it was 9 or 11 people, I can't remember the exact number, of people that own land, where we were attempting to make the county road. And all the other county roads we've done since I've been here, we've had the agreement of all the parties, and that's easy to do. And I was very willing to try to help you all do that. We can't just take somebody's land unless we go through, we have to jump through a lot more procedures for Kentucky eminent domain law. If the fiscal court wants to do that, I'd be happy to enact it, but I can't make people give up their property, you know. I don't have that power, nor would I want that power.
Well, we're not wanting her to, we're not wanting her to make her do anything. We need help explaining to her, I guess, what it involves.
Because her part of the land is right at the very beginning of the road.
Yeah, right at the
I mean,
beginning.
right at the very beginning,
best part of the
where the
road.
blacktop goes off to the gravel, right
And
there.
all it needs is gravel through there anyway. It does not need anything else but gravel through right where she owns.
How far is she on up through there?
Yes, not very far at all to the electric pole.
Has this lady been contacted by somebody?
Okay.
Has this lady been contacted by you all?
No,
By her sister-in-law.
Okay, I didn't know where she'd been contacted or not. Did she refuse or just hasn't signed it at all?
she said she was going to call you and ask some questions about what it entails and what it means if she signs it.
If you have her phone number, I'll be glad to call her and talk to her about it.
We have to get it from Carolyn Bishop again.
Is that,
Somebody had told me back some time ago that they thought she had agreed to sign it, but I don't know.
That's the last I'd heard of it, was there was a guy holdout and a woman holdout.
The guy has been up here to sign it, and they couldn't locate the folder that the paper was in, but they located them now because there was some switching of duties. Somebody went to work down at the gym or the wellness center, so they found the paperwork. Now he's agreed to sign it. He said that he fully agrees to sign it.
And I think we've had this kind of conversation before. It's 100 times easier to take it through if everybody agrees to it.
This has been going on for right now 3 years.
And that's where we are. If the fiscal court directs me to sue everybody there so we can take it into eminent domain, I'll gladly do that. I can't make, her sign it. I don't have any power until the fiscal court
A
tells
couple of
me.
months ago, you sat right there in that seat and told us that as long as the majority of the people live on that road agreed to it, then there should be no problem. There's more than the majority.
Everybody that lives on it.
I don't make the laws.
I didn't say you made the laws, I'm just repeating what you said a couple meetings ago.
Well, I mean, this is all recorded. I doubt I said that. But if I did, then I was wrong. Okay? I don't have the power to take something from other people. They do. They do, but I don't. So if they want to vote, if they want to do it,
Let's see if we can get her to sign first. I'm gonna second Stanley's motion.
She already said she signed the right.
Let's get her to sign.
But the problem was getting her, the papers down there to sign.
Yeah.
And I told her it was supposed to go hold of her and told her where to go to down there to sign them.
Is it Brenda Bishop?
Yeah.
Carolyn Bishop.
Carolyn Bishop.
Carolyn Jerry Bishop.
Jerry Bishop.
But who owns the property from North Carolina?
Brenda Bishop.
Used to live here in West Liberty.
Years ago. Yeah. Been a
I
long
know who that is. She lives in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And she's an elderly woman.
She's my mom's age.
She understands.
I say let's send her a letter and get her to sign the paper. Everything will be all right.
We got a second on that motion to adopt it in pertaining to all legal documents.
Yeah,
inside.
get the paper
Everything's correct.
Yeah.
Maybe to get her a letter wrote up or something, and explain to her, so she understands, that we're not.
If it's the same person I know.
Also, we need to get the release fixed.
Yeah, I don't know who the
On
person is.
the water line too. Can anybody tell me if it's ever been recorded under another name as a county road?
Justice Lane.
Justice Lane.
I
It's
can't tell
supposed to
you.
have approved years
When
ago.
we find out.
We can go over and look at the maps in the office.
I think
So
it
it's been
is.
approved years ago.
We did, didn't we? Yes, it
You
was.
don't say when we can go over and look at the maps in the office.
I thought we took it in a long time ago, but I don't know if we can find
Which
it.
one's Justice Lane or Justice Lane?
Justice Lane.
Justice
If
Lane.
it's already in.
I found, yeah.
If it's already
I forgot about that.
another name, it's still not a county road.
If it's in another name, it's still a county road. If it's on the map over, it's already a county road.
I mean, we can-
We're gonna be driving through the creek pretty soon if somebody don't help us.
We voted it.
There's maps over in the judge's office on the wall.
Parcels out there.
Let's
I
table
can
this
get
and
on the
let the
website.
Mr. Lawman see what he wants to do for us.
No, I just got a phone there, he was telling me, he told y'all the dog may come up here. They deployed a dog at the courthouse where the threat came or originated. KSP wasn't gonna bring the dog here, so they told me to let y'all know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We can still hurry.
We can still.
We can go over and look after the meeting.
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, Lindsay's looking it up on her phone right now. She's got the map on her phone.
I said I'll wait before I start.
We would just like to get some help with this road. It's ridiculous. I've been asking for right now 3 years. I just gave up on it, and then I thought, no, that's not what I pay taxes for. This should be a priority.
We've got a motion and a
I should be able to
second.
get help with this.
Do you want to table this until we find out if it's already in the system?
I didn't
Before
make
you
the
vote?
motion, but
Yeah, Stanley made the motion, Denzel seconded.
What's the motion?
To adopt the Sunshine Lane into the county road system, pertaining if an all legal work being performed.
Okay, so,
Subject, please.
this is different than regular adopter saying we're not gonna wait on this, that we're gonna move to do eminent domain.
Send that woman a letter and see if she'll sign it.
Linda thinks it's already in the system.
See if she'll sign it.
think
All right.
it is, I think it
Linda
is.
says it's already.
But they're thinking it's already in the system under a different name.
Okay.
I'm gonna bet it is because that man that first bought that property sold that off of tracks,
Tim Justice bought it and
and it had several property
it was
owners.
Justice Lane.
Yeah.
When we took it into the road system. And I'm pretty sure that we voted to take it in.
And really, the road's already there, just needs a little grading and gravel put on it,
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be a big deal, I don't think.
We don't want to tear up the water lines, and they don't want them tore up, I'm sure. All right, once that they find this
Are they looking for it now?
conclusion on it, I mean,
She looking on her phone? She got a map on her phone?
we send this to this lady? Carolyn, not
Well,
Carolyn.
may not need to, if it's already in, it's in.
All addresses in between 1749 and 2071, Blaze Road has changed name to Sunshine Lane. That's your house numbers. This was done in 2015. That's when the name was changed.
Yeah. So I didn't know if that meant part of.
Yeah, when the name changed, yeah, but it was Justice Lane before.
So it's in the system then?
I think it is. I'm pretty sure.
I think we took it in a long time ago.
I don't know that paperwork was ever done. I'm not sure about that, but it went through the court.
Don't say what.
You want me to scratch this motion?
You'd have the
and make a
minutes in
motion to
somewhere
work
with it.
That's Stanley's motion.
it? Do you want to vote on this motion, or do you want to scratch it and perform the work on the road, if it's a county road?
That run into 3036.
Ask them, does that run into 30 what?
All 519 runs into 3036.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to shortcut, it's 1,002, off of 1,002 to.
If one of you all would know, come up here and look on their phone with
Well, my
her.
phone's not pulling it up all the way. I can just see bits and pieces of it. Let me pull it up.
The main concern is the water lines. We want to keep them intact and not tear up somebody's water line.
I think it runs off of 3036 lane just because 1002 goes out deep.
See, it's not
1,002
this
goes,
block.
I think
It's
it's 946, cuts back off
showing right
711.
here. See, it's-
1002 turns left after and goes to Ditney, and that runs into
It'll show, okay, right there,
3036
see,
and
it
comes
shows
on
right there
around.
running into 3036, and then right here it's showing 519.
Okay, you come off of 519, you turn down to 2.
Okay.
Then you stay to the right. Where it goes down into Ditney, you go on around to the right.
So if I can get that. Yeah, I'll go,
Man, thank God, I'm looking at them, make sure face while we're going with the meeting. Hey Beth, you still here? You care to take one of them over and let them look at the big map on the wall?
I can run
Can they-
it. I'll run
I was gonna say that'd be easier to look at,
Pull it up on the computer.
or the computer.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on along here. We've got another,
We'll just hold the vote off on that.
yeah,
Till we find a verdict from her.
this Windy Acres dash Riverview subdivision. It is known as Windy Acres now, out on Liberty Road out there where Scott Collins and Kevin Collins and all live out in there. I don't know, I guess we need to accept this into our system. It's never been voted into it's on record, the plat and all upstairs. I mean, you know, in your office, and
Yeah.
we found it. And it, I don't know, probably the dimensions of the roadway's not there, the mileage nor the width, I don't suppose, but it needs to be written up as to how long it is and the width of it.
Yeah, the road foreman, and usually, you know, is that, like, we keep going back to the neutral people that's, there's supposed to be 2 neutral citizens, and then you got the road foreman, and you got the magistrate from each area actually should be in on this group whenever we do this, and that helps. I think I'd given you all a list of what everybody has to do. Your office has to do a few things, the owners of the property has to do a few things, which I think in this instance, it was a public road, so we don't have the same hurdles and stuff to go through, and I think everybody's even admitted that. So, yeah, I mean, we need something from Lynn B saying this is how long it is, this is what you need, all that stuff.
Do I hear a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion, we take it in, and I thought we'd already
Is
took
it
it.
already in and we just need the other stuff to update the map?
I'm sorry to interrupt. That's something that my eyes have crossed looking through all these minutes. I've looked to look. It looks like it was supposed to be done. The court voted to do it. They were waiting on, let's say, legal documents done by another county attorney at that time. But I can't find where that was done. You know what I mean? I think that was in 2010, Linda, was that right?
Yeah.
So after that, I can't find it, but everything looks like it was done and renamed Windy Acres. We just can't find anything documented. Even people get mail there and it's called Windy Acres. Linda and I seen that today too. So,
I'll make the motion, we take it in
It
again.
was named Windy Acres in 1997. It went from Riverview subdivision to Windy Acres in 1997, according to 911 addressing. So it's been
The
20 years.
different, there was a little mix up, the only thing that, while we went out and looked at the plats, and I made sure because on Riverside, there's that Riverview circle.
The loop,
And
yeah.
so I think someone had put Riverview Circle on something, when it was supposed to be Riverview Subdivision. So in fact, someone brought me that, I was like, no, that's the wrong road, but I mean, I don't know if that was a mix-up, but that's what John Conley and.
I remember when Randy Reiser came to the meeting and came to my office looking for that.
Okay.
And they did vote to take it in. And then I guess started working on it, but it never got
It just
finished.
never got completed, is what.
Right.
Make a motion, we finish it up, or take it in new, or whatever we have to do to get it straightened out.
Stanley made it, Stanley second.
Anthony second.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Fannin, you want to present your case?
Yeah, I mean, another joint site, another bill. I mean, it's not only me, five families live over there. And two of them are landowners, and me. And trouble I have, I was promised a road foreman, I think he was there. They bring me two joint pipe put in. But I ended up only getting one. I don't know who changed their mind or what. I had a 60-foot driveway, steel pipe in it, and of course it all rotted out the way it does. And so I need some help with it. And anyway, I got the 120-foot joint, and they had you know, on a 20-foot joint pipe, once it slows up, you only got like 15 foot. Well, I went from a 60-foot driveway to a 15-foot. Well, I've got my camper. I had it out the lake, and I can't even get this type over. And the gas truck come yesterday, and they can't get across. Trouble is, once you cross the pipe, you got your wheels on that little one-lane blacktop road. And there's a high wall out on the side. And you gotta make a 90-degree turn, you know, either way. And you got any mess, I mean, you gotta get lined up on it, get it off the car. I need another piece of pipe, and I heard him mention it. How much work the county had to do before winter to get the pipe in. I've got the equipment that does join in, I can just get it. Save the county that much. And I might,
Does this pipe join the county road?
yeah, it's,
Havens Branch, is that what's called, Ballard?
I'm sorry?
Havens Branch, that's where it's at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion, we'll give him another joint of pipe.
Second.
And you agreed to put the pipe in yourself, is that what you're saying, Ballard?
I can.
All right,
I'll make,
all right. Motion's made by Anthony and second by Denzel, you second that? That we give him another stick of pipe. That'll make you 40 feet,
Yeah.
but that still won't hardly be 40 feet, will it?
That works.
Once it slopes down, but maybe that'll do what you need.
give him about 30 feet.
Yeah.
10 foot, you know.
But
Yeah, it's 40 feet long.
anyway, it'll be an improvement tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Well, thank you.
Okay. All right, Mr. Potter. Your
Lacy
name?
Creek Road?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know, I've got a pipe up there that's got a 24-inch on one end and 36 on the other. And
Yeah.
I don't know, we've had a lot of hard rains this year, and it's flooding these two different people's driveways.
And it's a curious place where it comes over that hill right straight down.
But if we can't get to that right away, I want to make a motion, we just bid that out to somebody where we can get that put in there. It's causing a lot of problems there. And while they're up there, I've got two more pipes on that same road that's collapsed. I want to replace them.
Okay.
gonna fix the bid out on it. If anybody wants to contact me, I can take or show them what we need done.
All right, do you feel like we need to let somebody do it? Bid it out?
Well, what I was saying, we've got so much work that there ain't no way we, the county can do it all. We're gonna have to get somebody to help us or start bidding all this work out one. I'm gonna make a motion that we, put them 3 pipes in up there. Just bid it out to, some
What's
contractor.
the third one, then? One of them's Lacey Creek and one's Big Spring Branch.
Well, no, on Big Spring Branch now, I need some riprap put in the road up there. It worked out to have them on the blacktop, and it's been that way for at least 3 months.
Okay.
And, it wouldn't be that big a deal to fix, but we need to, I either want to bid it out or, get them first fixed if they can, but.
Surely we can haul some riprap in.
Yeah.
So the pipe's not on Big Spring Branch?
No, the pipe is on Lacey Creek Road. There are 3 pipes up there that need to be replaced.
All 3 of them on the same Lacey Creek?
Yeah, right there close.
It's County Road. .299 miles, 1321 is the county road number.
How long was it? 21? How long was it?
Almost 310, it's .299.
We can go work on it.
Appreciate it.
We need to fix things.
County road.
I'm gonna scratch that motion.
It's how long a road?
Almost 3/10 of a mile.
You want to scratch that motion?
Will that take everybody's
Take
hit
it in
then?
there.
Will 3/10 of a mile cover everybody that lives there?
Yeah.
We need to wrap that up with the understanding that if something happens to water lines down, that you're all,
Absolutely.
we need to have an agreement to that effect.
They only run just a little piece of the road.
Okay, all
Ain't
right,
the whole road, they just.
okay. Well, we don't want to cut nobody's water line too. Anyway, all right.
This we need riprap on the Russell Woods Road too.
Russell Woods.
Yeah, right there, when you turn across the bridge.
Yeah.
Water will wash back into the road. Right there,
Okay.
Denzel introduced a motion to the floor to replace 3 pipes on Lacey Creek Road and repair Big Spring Branch or bid it out.
I think we're still bid them
I think we are. All right.
Okay, you need a motion or a vote?
Here,
Second, or somebody ain't
We got
already?
it.
all right, all in favor?
Will you help me wrap these up?
Yes, I will.
Russell Woods Road.
It's not over 20,000, then. You'll be able to just get somebody to look.
It won't be over 20,000, shouldn't be over 3 or 4,000.
And you can just get some.
Yes, a couple estimates.
You want to get a couple estimates on it, it shouldn't be over $3,000, I wouldn't think.
Get a couple estimates on it, before you wrap that number bid, just get a couple estimates on it and go with
It
it.
really needs to be done, because it's causing a lot of problems on that road up there.
Do it, just to get estimates on it.
Okay, on to the elevator then. We got the agreements that,
We've got maintenance agreements. We don't have an agreement, a maintenance agreement now, is that correct?
No, we do not for the wellness center, and we have 2 estimates. One, I think, is $85 an hour. I'm not sure which one it is. The other one is monthly or quarterly.
It is monthly, $117. If you pay quarterly, you can save 1.5%, or if you pay in advance annually, it will be $1,375.92. You save 2% by doing, that's able.
Yeah, and we didn't actually use both of them.
And then DC is $85 an hour.
How long does it take them to do it when they're here? Is that just when they're here working, or they come out and inspect them every year? What?
Well, we get
They
it.
have to do like inspections so many times a year.
Not even that,
Do
Is
they
that
do
just for
quarterly
wellness center?
inspections?
Yeah.
Do they do quarterly inspections or? So it's quarterly
That takes
inspections.
care of that, Chip.
Why are you looking at me? What?
I believe it'd be cheaper just to call them when
How
they're
often
up.
quarterly?
We still gotta have it inspected every so often.
hey, lawfully, I guess, if we have to have
Because we don't have
the, keep
inspected.
law of it.
Happens.
Yeah.
But how much do they charge to come out and do an inspection on it?
For 3 floors,
So it's
paying
monthly and
$100 a
annual.
month.
Annually is $1375.92. And that, they make regular systematic service visits. They provide regular time emergency callback service and perform required annual no-load safety test for the $1375.92. And then DC is $85 an hour.
Does inspection, is it included in that 1,300?
Do they charge you drive time? If they come out?
Most of them do.
DC does.
It's all included.
I think it's all included in that monthly.
I mean,
I'm talking
Talking about DC, the one charging $85 an hour.
Hourly. You have to read that fine.
Or driving from Lexington?
Who is it we got now? We got them both now?
We've got them both in the county.
we've got them in the county, yeah.
That's what I mean.
I think we have Able at the tech center, and then DC does judicial center in here.
We get that payment, we just use one.
Trying to see which.
Do I hear a motion of the route we want to take?
If they charge for travel time.
Could we get a better rate if we use the same company for both? Can you?
We've already got both them companies in the county.
Yeah, they both come in the county. Yeah.
So it's on a renewal.
For different buildings.
No, we did, right now, we don't have a contract down there.
At the Wells.
Do I hear a suggestion from anybody, which one we want to go with?
1,300, that don't include working on it. I mean, like if they tore it up, they'd still.
They would probably charge you to fix it. They would come out and check it, see what they need, then charge you to fix it, because if it's a very high part, they ain't gonna pay for it.
They can.
It's a good business to do.
Yes.
They can do their own go with
Because I know like the
it.
light bulbs out and unless it's covered.
Well, that-
DC service is covered. This long paragraph, so bear with me. This service consists of periodic examinations of the elevators at least 12 times per year. It includes the making of necessary minor adjustments, cleaning and oiling machine, motors and controllers, greasing and oiling of bearings and equipment in the hoistway where needed. Owners shall provide wiring diagrams. Company shall perform an annual safety test. If tests are included herein, company assumes no responsibility for injury to persons outside its own employees.
Is that one's 1,300?
This one's $85 an hour.
Is that
DC.
DC?
Yeah.
The one 1,300, what do they do, same thing?
Well, no, theirs wasn't quite as much. Make regular and systematic service visits, provide regular time emergency callback service, perform required annual no-load safety test.
Who does this building here?
Who just sees it?
See, I don't know. That's the
And they do come in the month, I see, they do tests, they place bulbs and stuff.
They want $85 an hour and no yearly fee, right? So I make a motion to try them for a while.
DC?
Yeah, if one does this building,
All right.
they can do them both.
Kendall made the motion, do I hear a second? Stanley second, all in favor? Aye. Go to DC then.
thing of it, if you pay that annual fee, you're too much paying tickets.
A lot of that 85 depends on how much they charge you to come out and do their inspection and all that stuff.
Do you want to talk about the sheriff's department?
The sheriff's department has applied for a grant for safety equipment, bulletproof vest. I'm not sure, was there anything else involved other than the vest? But anyway, they asked the fiscal court to be the pass-through agent for them to apply for that grant.
If they get the grant, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And we would just be the pass-through.
I'll make it no.
Second.
Angela made it. Brandon, all. Everybody in favor? Aye.
Yeah.
Okay, the litter abatement grant, are we, need to discuss that?
Yeah, well, just need approval to apply for it. We get this every year. That's how we do our roadside litter pickup.
So moved.
All right. John made it, Brandon second.
Stanley? You second?
Brandon did, I think.
Okay.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, that last item there is a Deep Pruitt Road. It's up on Straight Creek, on 650. And it's got some problems with the tile. And I don't think that the county ever put it in there themselves. I don't think it was put in back whenever the coal was in full swing.
It was put in back in the 70s, I think, that's how it was.
We've never found anywhere where it was taken in, as per se, into the county system, but they refer back to it in a lot of their maps and stuff.
Even the state map's got it being in the county system.
Yeah, and they've got it, but I don't believe that they ever voted on it. But anyway, it's about, probably needs a 48-inch tile or pipe to go in it, and it's about 100 feet long. So it's probably something that has to be bid out if we fix it. What do you think, John?
We can get somebody to fix it. I mean, I don't know if that's something we need to do emergency funding on, because every time it rains now, it floods the trailer across the road. So we're going to do something with it quick. I mean, I don't know if we need emergency funding for it, or the county buy the pipe and we get some contractor to put it in, because the county ain't got equipment big enough to do it. And get somebody to give them a price, or somebody to put it in, the county buy the pipe and the rock like we've done in the past, and somebody put it in, but it's just going to be changed quick, because when we get a hard rain, it floods the trailer across the road now.
Is it the pipe that's always been in there?
Yep.
It's been collapsed.
It's given away, I'm sure.
It's collapsed, yeah.
Where is Scarberry's property?
On up and past it, on the opposite side of the road.
He's
Okay,
been flooded in.
He got wet today, they said.
Yep.
But it got flooded in.
It backs all of it up through there now.
Is that the one that causes all the problem, that one pipe? Of course, 650 is a state road.
Last time it flooded, last week or whatever, the state was even out there because the water was running across 650, and they said where that had fell in right there, so that's what the problem of the, causing the problem is anyways, what the state said.
Okay. Do we need to go and do emergency like we done on this other one? I mean, is that what needs to
We
be
just
done?
need it fixed. I mean, I don't care if we do emergency funding through the state or we just need to get it fixed quick.
Any idea about what that?
How much field is that, hit over top of that?
It's, it's probably got a good 20 on it anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't got nothing big enough to reach down there and dig it.
Yeah, well, we just give it to somebody.
But we're gonna have to get somebody. We ain't
Two
got
people give you a price on it, like we're gonna do on my road up there.
Well, you need to declare.
Like I said, I mean, the county can buy the pipes before we get them through that contract from whoever, or just whatever we need to do. We just need it fixed soon.
Probably the pipe cost $10,000, I guess, wouldn't it?
I don't know. We'd have to check with that place that we got our contract through.
What size pipe in there now?
I think a 36.
I think it needs to be a 48.
It needs to be a 48 though.
They're about $800 for 20 foot, what they are.
Well, let's see.
No.
You know.
And like I said, we'd probably be money ahead if it's not much difference in the price when we get the pipe, to get the one that's coated on the bottom. That way it don't rust out. If we're having to do somebody else to.
Is that better than a double wall?
Huh?
Is it better than a double wall plastic pipe?
Well, it's hard to get. I mean, plastic lasts longer, but it just depends on the weight on it.
Yeah.
How big can you get double wall plastic?
You can get 48, anyway.
Plastic's the best.
And it'll run you about $48 a foot, and then.
And
It's about $800 some a joint, I think. I checked on it.
Well, that figure
as
out.
much fuel as it's got back on it, it shouldn't mess with that pipe that much in on the plastic.
No.
100 foot cost you a little over $4,000 probably, you know. That plus the band on what they cost.
Yeah.
I say we fix it. I mean, the county buy the material, and get quotes for somebody putting it in.
All right, are you
making a motion?
Making a motion to that effect?
Yeah, I make a motion that we fix it. The county buy the material and the rock, you know what I'm saying, like we've done in the past or whatever, and they furnish the labor and their equipment.
All right. John's made it. Is there a second? Second. Stanley second. All in favor? All right.
Before we go into anything else, I've got another road, that Oilham Road on the other end of it. They hadn't been anybody used that in a long time. They'd been an old barn fell across it. I think Lynn Beatty had moved it this week. But that road on up in there, they people across, they 3 or 4 different people that bought property on up in there that's gonna start using it, you know. And we need to get the road, you know, graded and rock and stuff up in there. But we ain't done to it, sitting right here, because there wasn't nobody lived up there, wasn't nobody wanted in there, you know.
Yeah.
But, we need to get some work done on that road.
All right. Grading and rock?
Grading and rock.
Okay.
Because the people that bought property, you know, they want to get up in there now. It's already a county road.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. The decoration of the building for the fall is on our, as other business. Do we have any discussion about that?
Is that what Oldfield usually puts out?
Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah.
I'll make a motion to get up there.
All right.
They've done good last year.
Everybody second that motion? I'll second. All right, all in favor?
Is there any way to go ahead and throw Christmas in there too? I'm sorry. Well, because last time, I mean, you know, we didn't have, you know, we did it last minute and, you know, through her and just been, she's a very
You add that to your
busy
motion?
lady, and I just-
Yeah, I'll add that to the motion.
All right, see what they,
Let's put old Santa Claus in there if we can.
Okay.
all right. Fall and Christmas.
Okay.
All in favor, aye? Okay, we need to get the approval of the monthly bills, I suppose.
Yep.
All right. Anthony made it, is there a second? All right. All in favor? Okay. Anything else?
It's on there. Okay. Motion to adjourn then.
All right, John's made it. Thank you for your attendance.
All in favor?
Long haul.